Greetings, Shelpers. Thank you for joining me for some Deep Rock Galactic Survive. I hope I started it over after we did the sound test, maybe not. I hope your first full week into the new year is going well. I did a video yesterday for the finale of Marvel Cosmic Invasion. For those of you who wanted to see the ending, I know I didn't finish it on stream, but I did finish it on my YouTube channel for those of you who wanted. So if that's something you want to check out, I hope I said greetings, Shelpers. I thought so. I'm kind of discombobulated, but there are reasons, so. Okay, what is this now? I'm playing this on the Xbox because it's on Game Pass, but we do have it on Steam. We own it, but okay, so I'm gonna level with you. I was going to play. Did I complete the dive? I did not complete the dive here. Okay, so I was going to play Ninja Gaiden 4 on Friday. I loaded it up and the text is about this small. How come I can play this, you might wonder, and I can't play Ninja Gaiden? Because there is no story for this. I might have to like zoom in to see something like the damage and whatnot, but I don't really have to do that otherwise. So in this game, you're a little dwarf guy and you mine like gems and stuff like that, and you try to kill bugs and avoid getting eaten to death by said bugs. You can upgrade your weapons every level. It's just like a top-down thing. I love it. It's got like the roguelike elements and it's a top-down, and it just really speaks to me in a way that I quite enjoy. So since I can't play Ninja Gaiden 4, getting back to that, I'm gonna probably do a variety stream on Friday. So I have some stuff that's like exclusive to the Ultimate Party Game Pass, and then I have, so if I hit those, they don't blow up, they give enemies. I'll show you. Each level has their own little let me try that again. Idiosyncrasies. There we go. Thank you, brain. Thank you, mouth. Thank you for catching up and being together. That is so delightful. But yeah, see all the ones that came out, and there are swarms, and there's like an enemy at the, or a boss enemy at the end of every level, and then you keep going down. You can pick up to 4 new guns. Well, you start with 1, but then I guess this is the same gun, it just gets to be a more damaging gun, or it helps the other gun. Sometimes the guns work off each other, sometimes they don't. Like Almond Joy's got nuts, mountains don't. It's kind of the same thing. So yeah, I actually really like this game. I was surprised. And it's on both types of Game Pass, as far as premium or ultimate. I actually was looking through what's on ultimate, and they do not make it easy to find ultimate exclusives at all. I thought for sure with them like doing like $30 goddamn a month, they would be like, we want everyone to know how orgasmic going from premium, the mere $20 option or whatever the fuck it is, to our more luxurious $30 option. I'm sure people would love to hear all about the differences. You can't. It's really, really hard to find. Really hard to find. I was shocked because I'm like, surely they're going to want to let us know all these day one releases and stuff like that. I do remember when they advertised the increase in Ultimate, one of the things they were touting was that you got the free season, well, not free season, but it was included with your Game Pass, that you could get the pass for Fortnite. Yeah, that's the boss of this level. You can heal up with these kind of stones. Ah, got stuck. Okay, this is the beacon. So if we can clear out the bricks, it can land and give us an upgrade. And we can actually make the thing we call land on the critter, and it will hurt the critter a fair amount, but that means me not dying to the critter before the everything comes around. So, told you. Okay, now I'm gonna zoom in close so we can all see. Minus 5% move speed for every nitro you have. You actually get nitro fairly common. I again didn't speak well. I'm not doing that today. But you get, it's a fairly common material because it's a type of currency. So I don't want that. You get a small chance to find nitro when mining. Well, that's helpful for the in-game run. And then you get a small chance to find gold, which is the other in-game in-run currency. But we're gonna say nitro for now. So since we killed the big thing of the level, we can get another increase. So that's critical chance, more gold, and armor. I'm gonna take armor. I don't know how good armor actually is. These glowing things actually will blow up and take out other enemies though. But I have to get going because my shuttle leaves in 18 seconds, and if you're not on the shuttle, the round ends, and we do not want that at all. They will leave your ass if it counts down to 0. So you can run and get stuff, but you risk being left behind. So this was the first part of this level. I've never beaten it yet, this exact level, because it's just really damn hard. I get to the boss fairly frequently though. This is my favorite runner, my favorite character in the game. He's so good compared to everybody else. I mean, some like have a higher dig speed, but this is the gunner. This is the guy with a lot of different firepower, and I love that so much for me. He is so good and so helpful and so amazing. I mean, I do like some of the other characters' abilities and stuff. Like there's one that has the turrets and stuff to start with, but the gun he has is just incredible. But yeah, there's a level where you can jump on jump pads to like break these deposits and all kinds of stuff, so it is a really fun game. Oh, also, husband apparently got me Uno and it was on sale for $4, so I don't have to give up my Uno when we get rid of premium, or not premium, ultimate. I actually was really, we're going back to it because I was so shocked at how little ultimate has. If you don't want like the Ubisoft stuff, where you're not like a huge Assassin's Creed fan or whatever, they don't have all that much that is not also in premium. I mean, I'm sure they're going to change that eventually, and by change that I don't mean giving ultimate more necessarily, I mean giving premium less. And it wouldn't surprise me if eventually core was called Xbox Personal, where you had to like have multiple $10 accounts if you had more than one person who wanted to go online. I just see it coming. I don't want to, but knowing all the price increases and everything else that's going on, yeah, about that. So premium is actually a much better deal, and there are things that aren't day one, but like one of the things I did want to play is Winter Burrow, the game with the mouse, and you like come back home and have to make the burrow all nice and neat and clean, and it's like your old family homestead. I want to play that one, and I'm gonna play that one on Friday for you all for a bit, but I don't know if like people will find that worth their like $30 a month. I don't know. And maybe it's just not a good deal because it's not a lot of stuff I want to play. Like I said, no Assassin's Creed for me. COD I play once in a while, but not to the point where it's like worth that money, you know? And some of the older CODs might be on premium as well, so if you don't care about the newest, flashiest one, you still have the acceptable, like, older ones. So, I don't know. Your mileage may vary, but I was honestly floored by how little, if it isn't obvious. So my baby sibling did get to come home for a little while last weekend, and I saw them and we exchanged gifts because I still had their gifts here and they gave us some gifts. We stuck to the $10 limit, which was good. Now all I have left is the one thing for sister under the tree. She claims she's better, but her parents aren't right now, and how else do I put this? I don't know if she's better, because the last time I talked to her, she was already like, I'm better, and then I listened to her cough, and I'm like, oh, no, you're not better, not yet. But she has other stuff she wants to do, like get together with friends and stuff, so I'm just hoping she doesn't go out too soon. I don't think she should still be contagious, but I have no idea how that works, to be honest. It's been like well over 2 weeks, and people say you're not contagious after 2 weeks, but if you're still hawking up a lung, then I really don't know. I know it's hacking up, but if you're still hacking along, I don't really know if you can still get people sick or not. I wouldn't risk it either way, but that's just me, I guess. But yeah, we did not get sick. Everybody and their dog either had the flu or COVID around us, but not us. As far as I know, though, baby sibling didn't get any of that either yet. Hopefully not at all, but still, I'm glad they haven't, because I think they got COVID like 3 times, and I'm just like, you know, that stuff's like really dangerous, right? Because it gives you like long-term effects the more often you get it. Yes, even healthy people. Don't do it. Don't get that extra experience. Don't do it. I'm right by the door. You can actually have the aliens or insects or whatever block you off, though. I've actually waited so long they've crowded around it like it was a fan con or something. So that was not smart on my end, obviously. And we are still doing Christmas. Tubi has a lot of Christmas stuff yet. So if you're still looking for like cheesy Christmas movies or whatever, Tubi works out pretty well still. There is one like really cheesy looking Christmas movie that's essentially like The Great American Families, which is the Hallmark, or the Christian answer to Hallmark. And they started that channel a few years ago because one of Hallmark's movies had a gay couple in it as like one of the main couples, and you can't have that if you're Christian, right? So that's where they started it. They were like, no ideology, no whatever, just good Christmas movies or whatever. And I'm like, you do realize that shoving Christianity down someone's throat is an ideology, right? Any religion is technically an ideology. Anything can, if nothing is, then everything is, and if everything is, then nothing is. Oh God, I'm getting slammed. Nope, leave me alone. Nope. So yeah, but anyway, it's about this woman who is entering the cherry pie contest for Christmas, which I didn't know cherry pie was so big for Christmas. But Door County, which is a place in Wisconsin here, it actually has like a lot of Christmas stuff, and it's really well known for its like cherry picking in the summertime. So like my sister and her family go there sometimes in the summer, depending on, and they say it's like really cool. I've never been there, but so the whole thing takes place in Door County, so I thought that was pretty neat. This makes the guns stronger, I guess. I don't know. So we're gonna give that a try. It's like a grenade or a throwable, I think. It takes a while for it to reload. I don't have to point at anything. This is not a twin stick. It just shoots automatically. Some guns have different like patterns and stuff anyway, so. But yeah, I want to see the one with Door County. I've never seen it, and apparently it took place like in the actual Door County, so could be good, at least interesting to see, since I've never been there. I don't know. It's possible. But then again, it depends on the ways we're the same. We're not actually utterly identical in all aspects. Then again, it depends on who you're around, I guess. Hi, Shy Guy, how are you? How was your weekend? Oh boy. Do not eat me. Do not perceive me. Alright, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. I say as I'm running around. Oh, it froze in the middle of the circle. Maybe my equipment will come and murder. Yep. Okay, so move speed. Yes. Because that one big thing eventually, I need to outrun. I need to outrun. It's bad. Okay. 20% discount at the shops. Find XP when mining. That one's actually nicer than it sounds. For some potency, that one's a good one as well. So, yep, we're doing max HP because I'm a pleb. I want to stay alive. Doing the Bee Gees thing. So one of the things I did this weekend, in between like my visiting baby sib and whatnot, is I went through my Spotify lists and I found like all the songs that I like, at least well enough. And I decided to put them on a list like I did the Christmas music, because when I did my Christmas music for you all in December, I had a list where I could just take them off and put them on, so I didn't run into like reusing a song or whatever, which probably is something most people wouldn't mind, because some people don't get to hear the song the first time around or whatever. And I might, because I do this new method, reuse some of the songs I've already done, but this way it keeps track of everything going on. I'm not sure entirely. Don't hit me. But it seemed like a safer bet. I'm sorry. Bodies hating can be so disruptive and painful and scary, honestly. Yep, we stayed really, really careful, and we've been. Now the last few days we've had ice outside. Like Sunday it was supposed to be like 1/10, then yesterday it was like 2/10, then like today it was, so it's treacherous even like walking around outside, so you have to be careful. And some of the ice is black ice. So for those of you who don't know what black ice is, which is probably, you know, it's something everybody knows, but black ice is just like, it looks wet, like the sidewalk will look wet or the road will look wet, and it's not wet, it's icy, but you can't tell because it's just like, looks like a regular patch of precip, and it's very easy to like spin out of control or fall down on black ice because you're not totally aware of it. So you have to be really careful. We've been getting a lot of ice this winter, a lot of snow, just a lot of stuff. And you're gonna be like, yeah, that is the way it is up north. I think we've gotten more ice so far than we normally do for this time of year. I could be wrong. Like every other day, we're either getting a advisory or a warning of some sort. So either a severe cold warning or an ice advisory, some kind of fun thing. And yeah, it's just a winter weather advisory or like a winter storm warning or watch or whatever. Yes, I get that. But for those of you not up north that don't have all those kind of warnings, you might not know like what they're supposed to be about. So that's why I'm like ice advisory or whatever. You get a winter weather advisory and stuff for ice, for like ice accumulation though. Oh hell. Oh hell. I trapped myself. Oh good God, this is gonna be painful. Well, down in further south. Oh, I'm dead. I'm so dead. That was an idiot move. That was an idiot move on my end. I will take full responsibility. I trapped myself. You're always supposed to keep moving in this game. Always, always. Okay, but there are upgrades, and I can get at least one. Okay, do I want to mine faster, armor, fire rate? I'll take fire rate, and then critical damage, critical chance, or get more nitra, which is the in-game currency thing. Ooh, I get a second one. Hang on. Let me try to take one of these, though. Increases the amount of gold you start with, increases potency, and then critical chance. Sure, why not? I need some critical damage in my life. That'll help.
Elimination, count me in.
Oops, the wrong one.
It's brown pants time.
Wrong one.
Watching, Carl?
There we go. Yeah, there's like an extra like gate thing where it's like extra like issues. We could try there. I'm not gonna survive there. Oh yeah, and there are like variations of the same critter ditter. Like this one is for every 100 projectiles fired, you shoot out a high-powered projectile in all directions, and then shoots a hail of bullets. And then this one is plus 10 armor, 50% HP, but short weapon range. When you take damage, you gain 10% damage for 10 seconds. And then he has a different weapon. And then the last one, it says gives access to heavy weapons. Minus 10% move speed. Oh, that's a killer. That's a fucking killer in this game. Let's try it. I've never had this guy before. But yeah, he's gonna hurt my anus. I'm gonna hate it, but because it's gonna feel like so slow. But yeah, we'll just try it. That way you can at least see a different environment between what I'm doing. And yeah, he feels like molasses. Well, we're gonna have to take every upgrade we can find, and it's gonna have to be speed if they allow it. It is not. It is not speed. Of course they wouldn't give it to me right away. And he has a rocket launcher. Oh hell. Oh hell. It's so slow. It's so slow. Well, at least I got enough levels at the beginning to take me back. Fire rate is something I definitely need. We got another gun. Move speed? Move speed? Not even close. Okay. My clit is poised in anticipation for move speed. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I did my emails today. I have to like settle things down, otherwise I tend to like work too many hours at a time. And then I don't actually let myself relax. So today is email, tomorrow is Discord and Blue Sky. I think. It's either that or Thursday, I forget. Because Husby and I also have to look into scheduling our monthly outings. I'm a week into the new month already, and I still have not scheduled my monthly outings yet. Move speed. I bet it's like 2%. Yeah. Well, you know what? We're gonna take that shit, because anything I can get my grubby hands on at this point, it's just what's gonna have to be. But yeah, it's really hard to feel like Christmas lately. We've been trying, but it's like kind of one thing after another, after another, after another, after another. You gotta clear out the beacon area, so hold on. There we go. Hold tight, hold still, hold steady. Alright, damage, no move speed. We got reload speed, but we got a good amount of damage on that gun. And then, what do we got here? 20% discount on the shop, small chance to find gold, or 5% max HP. Yes, we need to stay alive longer. I am an alive whore. Publishing news as far as, well, I counted how many acceptances I got last year. because in my personal life, my blog, I always keep track. Like every January, I talk about what I've done the year before and stuff like that. So that was interesting. And I don't really know what I did last year. As far as like, I do know what I did publishing wise last year. And like my biggest publishing disappointment and all that fun stuff. But I have a problem in the way that I don't really know what I did in general. Like, it seemed like every month was some kind of fucking catastrophe. I remember that much. But, like, most of the year was actually a blur. I could go back to, like, my playthroughs and find out what I talked about, because I talk about everything here. But, yeah, it was a lot last year. I'm kind of glad it's a new year, but I'm not one of those people that just thinks because the calendar changed over that things are better. So I got 10 acceptances last year overall. That's not how many pieces, but 10 acceptances isn't bad. Considering a lot of the months I didn't really submit much because of all the buffoonery, tomfoolery, bullshit that was leeching through our life. Yeah, it was a lot last year. But simultaneously, it felt like nothing. Knockback is good. We'll take that. The big purple chunks are like a lot of different stuff right now. Okay. This will increase the guns, so I'll take this one. At least that's what I'm hoping. I did try, I wanted to say Cloverfield, that's not it. Clover Pit the other night. I'm gonna do that as part of the Friday gaming thing, I think. It's not something that they're like, it's like Bellatro mixed with whatever, and I'm like, oh my god, I thought they blocked me off with that where they parked the car. I was like, oh god. But yeah, I tried to always like get some stuff done, but like I said, it always felt like I was running around with like a chicken with my head cut off last year. And I still can't tell you what I did. It's so bizarre. I mean, yeah, I remember clearly the whole getting disconnected from our last carrier when we were trying to get the cell phone up and running. The fact that we do have a cell phone up and running. And having to get like internet, which our internet now is much faster. That I can tell you. I'm starting to actually see the appeal. Husby had helped me download some games for my Xbox, and then he put the wire into the Xbox, and it was like over 500 MB speed for downloading. So a game that would have taken like an hour without the cord became like a 10-minute, 9-minute, whatever game to download with the cord, and I was like, I can handle that. So that was nice. I need some help. Let me dig through here. Yes, you have to dig through slowly, and it's not all that much health, but it works. Okay, there we go. Endurance run. Ran 100,000 steps. Yes, I'm getting so many achievements. My life is now whole. I don't get the achievement farming thing. I mean, I understand it gives you like a little more whatever for yourself, but I'm just like, meh. Maybe I've just never loved a game that much to worry about the achievements. I much more worry about doing the quests or the levels or whatever than the achievements. But maybe it's just an added bonus for some people. I know people who like get games like My Little Pony races and shit just for the easy like platinums. And I'm like, why do you need platinums? Does it actually do anything? Does like Microsoft like come over and give me a beej if I get enough platinums for the year? Like, am I missing something? Like, does Spencer like come over to my fucking house and have tea with me and pat my hair and tell me how much of a good gamer I am? Because Musk would love that. Muskrat, he would love that. He needs to be seen as like gamer supremo. So I think if Spencer did that, I think that Muskrat would line the fuck up for that, because Muskrat has to be seen as a real gamer. So maybe they should offer that.
Feels rare. Feels right. Dwarves don't die today.
Yeah, I just don't know when or what or whatever, but yeah, I would love to. I would love to see how it goes. 2% move speed, sure, we're still only like 6% fucking behind now. But at least if he's a reliable tank on the move, he's still, you know, if he can fire everything, I don't need move speed. Says hopefully, sadly. Okay, hold on. Small chance to mine XP. Increase your fire rate and reload speed for 3 seconds. Okay. One standing still. Got it. Sometimes I stand still. He's a slower boy, so makes a lot of sense. Oh, just a roundabout red style. That's so good. Increases my stuff. I'll take that. I love the red ones because it's like the higher the rarity. Don't do it. Don't go back for that XP, Toluca. Don't do it. Keep running. Keep going. See, I'm so slow that my chair would have left without me. So let's go. Starts the shuttle on fire. Whoops. Can't help that.
If it looks good, it shoots better.
Okay, let's look at what they're really offering me here. 25% fire rate. Okay, that's pretty good. And what is this one? Piercing. Oh, but the fire rate gets slower. Damn it. At the cost of fire rate. You know what? I'll take the extra. Oh, yeah. The extra armor while we reload isn't a bad idea.
Load up and get going, miner. We have quotas to fulfill.
Yeah, I would rather. I don't know. I think my success for a game is just like getting it done. You know me, like, remember when I played the 4th Toys for Bob game? I know, Crash Bandicoot. There we go. Thank you, brain. When I was playing Crash Bandicoot, it took me like over 100 times to defeat the boss on here on stream. I only played it one time because the first boss was so magnificently difficult. Well, blame the overlay lag, of course, that I actually had such difficulty I didn't go back, but it felt like it was a good accomplishment as well. It was like, okay, here's where we're gonna end the bitch. So I get that, but also my accomplishments, I guess I just aim for other kinds of accomplishments. Not to yuck someone else's yum. I do like doing things on games, trust me. I like getting farther and winning and stuff like that too, but I don't go after like purposely hard games to make myself feel like a superior gamer. I don't go after platinums. I just play games I like in the ways that I can like them, and then we just figure it all out. There we go. Let's keep blowing up the gigantic spiders. They're very helpful. Okay. That 2% move speed I wish would be a bigger number, but we're almost back to base move speed. I know that's practically using up all the stuff I need, but it'll be fine. Oh no, not fine. I'm trapping myself. I'm trapping myself. There we go. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, let's get this little pocket thing. Okay. It spawns a magnet at the end of a stage. Gain 3 levels. I'm gonna gain 3 levels. I'm gonna gain 3 levels. That'll be good for me right now.
Try this out.
Critical chance in purple, very nice. More damage on my main gun, that's pretty good. 10% fire rate for all my guns, nice. And reload rate.
I need it.
Yeah, that works for me. That really does work. I'll take some luck for better items, though. I don't know how good that's gonna do. Unless it increases, like, the amount of speed I'm gonna get from the upgrade chances. Oh, umbrella. I'm so crammed in here right now. Yeah, exactly. If I really love a game, I do like do New Game Plus and stuff, but I don't farm for platinums and stuff. There are so many I've seen that are like, well, you better play this game before they remove it because it's easy platinum, or there are games on sale that have easy platinums, and I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Why would you play Barbie's Horse Adventure if you didn't like it just for the platinum? I don't know. That would be like me hating a specific literary magazine and then being like, you know what, they're gonna publish me though. Like, they're easy to get into, so if I wanted an easy time getting a credit to my name, I can just go to Magazine I Hate 1247 and they'll do that for me. No, I want to actually do stuff or be in places I want to be. Now, if you absolutely love Barbie's Horse Adventure, I get it, okay? I get where you would want to platinum it because you loved it so much. And it adds more to the game you love. Great, love that for you. But why would I want to do something I didn't like just to see it? If I want my stuff published online, all I have to do is put it on my blog or my Instagram. I don't have to put up with being in a magazine I don't like or agree with just because it's an easy byline. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird that way. It just makes more sense to me as all. Okay. There we go. I can finally see where they're pointing me. Hopefully I make the bus on time.
Just what I needed.
That would be delightful.
This is perfect for my build.
Whoa, and I got like 3 levels just from them picking up the XP. Very nice. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Almost walked off the ramp. I do like that they have ramps instead of staircases leading up to it, though. Makes me feel included. I am not getting any of that red chip for the life of me, and I'm barely getting any gold. I'm having so much trouble staying alive down here. Yeah, me too. But not when... It's like being a game though, or a gamer and picking up, like I said, Barbie's Horse Adventure. Would you really want that for yourself? But yeah, there are literary magazines that are, for lack of a better term, noob friendly. Like a way to get you involved in the literary scene, get your foot in the door, you know, give you experience with an editor, all that kind of stuff. As a matter of fact, when I was a teenager, there was a small literary magazine that was literally put together with a stapler and copy paper, and it was called Offerings, I think. It's been defunct many years, but one of my like first publication credits was in Offerings. Like when I was a teenager. Not the ones when I was a kid that were the anthology, but when I was a teenager and I was literally writing out my submissions by hand and mailing them to editors, which was a no-no. You're never supposed to do that. You're always supposed to type them. Oh no, I'm getting caught. Dig a hole, quick. But yeah, when I was a kid, I was actually writing them out by hand because we didn't have a computer with a printer. And I was sending my poetry off that way, and they accepted one of my poems. Years later, I actually tracked down the editor of that publication, and I thanked her for it. And she said, long retired now, that one of the reasons that she had done Offerings was so that people could have basically a way to the promising ones could see what it was like for them. So she was more accessible, though she didn't publish everything she got. And she was accessible because she wanted people to have that kind of experience. People to get a shot in the arm instead of just another no. Just another blanket, you're not good enough. And it really did help, especially since I was bamboozled by Poetry.com. And after I realized that, when I was in my late teens, early 20s, I think it was late teens though, when I finally realized that they were a vanity press, I was so discouraged. I'm like, oh, then nobody's really gonna publish me. This whole time I could only get published because it was a vanity press. Nobody really wanted my stuff. I felt so hopeless. And she was one of the, that editor was one of the only people that legitimately took my stuff at that age. So I really felt like without her magazine, I don't know if I would have stayed writing as much as I did. Because after I found out that, because when I was in high school, I had like 20 publications to my name at that point. And most of them were actually the vanity press called Poetry.com. And Poetry.com, I think, still exists at this point today. And I should show you all my membership card because my mom paid out the butt for that kind of stuff for me. And I'm gonna take clip size at cost of the reload. But yeah, mom paid out the butt for me to have like the membership cards and stuff from Poetry.com. And I actually felt like I was getting somewhere because they liked my stuff so much. Well, a vanity press loves everybody's stuff that much because they're actually selling you coffee mugs with your poems on it, shirts, pillowcases, the books that the anthologies that your poems were in were actually like 800 pages, and your poem was tiny and it shared space with everybody else, and the books were like $60 a pop or something, just banana pants, and it was because they wanted you to purchase them. So they said yes to almost every fucking person on the planet. That wasn't the ones I first got published in when I was like 10 years old, but those were ones I found when I was older and thought I was getting somewhere. It was so disappointing. So yeah, the magazines that actually take a chance on new writers and are more accessible are important. But with, the platinum stuff, that's not the way, it's not like new gamers need a shot in the arm, and by doing that you give them like easy stuff, Okay, I'm not gonna be able to find the thing that just came up for the box that had the upgrades with the XP in it, so I'm just gonna have to leave without it. I hate leaving it behind, but by the time I would have found it, I probably would have missed the flight. I cannot actually afford anything here. I've been digging so little. But yeah, I'll show you what a Poetry.com membership card looks like. I found mine the other day. I could have sworn like that I actually broke one or whatever, because at one point when I found out in my teenage years that it was basically a pile of garbage, that I used it to like clean the ice off the window at one point on the bus going to school, and then I broke it like doing that. Like it literally like shattered in my hands because I was using it to scrub the window so hard. Because it's basically like credit card consistency. They try to make it look nice, but you paid hundreds of dollars for those memberships. So They were so nasty doing that. They were so nasty. Literally, I almost gave up writing because of those twats. Yeah, the domain keeps getting sold and sold because of the bad reputation, but a lot of people that end up taking it are people who want to still use it as a vanity press. Sometimes not, but most of the time yes. So I would stay away from that for everybody. Even if it turns out to be a legit effort, I wouldn't do it. I just would not do it. And the bad thing about like poetry.com was that I found it in the back of a writer magazine. So I thought it was legit. And the writer magazines always have like classifieds in the back of the magazine, always. Whether you get like Writer's Digest, The Writer, Poets and Writers, there's always like classifieds. And since anybody can put a classified back there, you know, back in the day it wasn't as clear that the people putting stuff back there weren't necessarily trustworthy because they were just applying for a classified ad like you would in a newspaper. They don't vet them, but I thought they did. When I was a kid, I thought they vetted them, and since it was in a trusted publication for writers, that of course the publication would be legit. And now of course they put up a thing that's like, you know, enter at your own risk essentially. And while I do appreciate that, oh damn it. Yeah, this level is really hard. It's sometimes too little too late. Got some new gear at least. The gates are really painful. I would like to buy some of this if I can. Okay, bye. It showed up for a minute. I don't know what happened. I don't want to sell it. I wanted to buy it. I must have did something wrong. Oh well. Such is the story of my life. Okay, now can I buy another one? Yes. Didn't do me any good though. So we're not gonna go back to the gate. The gate is pain. I mean, all of this is pain now. But we're gonna just go back to the default guy for the gunner. I should show you the other ones, but I like this one too much, so we're kind of stuck with them. Sometimes I break through the healing stuff right away, so that way when I run past, if I am injured, I don't have to dig. I can just... Yeah, they're getting me, but... Okay, got some of the nitra already. That's good. I need to start finding more stuff to dig so I can get more upgrades after I die. Or hopefully make the run, but probably die. But yeah, tonight we're watching A Christmas Karen, which is about this Karen that's, you know, racist and homophobic and stuff like that, and how she's basically told to get her shit together. And how she manages that. Some of it almost has me gasping, even though they don't let her be like full on, like she never uses like the F word for like her gay brother or the N word for like, you know, like the one black ghost that, you know, helps her out and stuff. She never uses those words, but she acts like, you know, people who have brown skin don't speak English, and it's wild, but it's a Christmas Carol. But it's a pretty good one. We watch it every year. And it's interesting seeing her change and stuff. I know so many people that could use, you know, don't be a dick ghosts coming to them, but for all I know, I need them. I have no idea. Everybody thinks they're fine, even if they're not, so who knows? Although if I had ghosts that literally told me, here is how you could have a nice long life where people like actually care about you and stuff, I'd listen, I'd take notes, like, and as long as it didn't run like counterintuitive to my values and my beliefs, I think I can handle it. Okay, got the beacon. Okay, let's dive in. Can't see the middle one too well. Oh, the quick escape. Yes, I love those. Okay, so you get a rocket boost that gets you out of the way of like a bunch of harm at once. But it needs to cool down, so you can't just use it and use it and use it, obviously. I'm sure you'll see it eventually during the run. Got some really good damage increase on my guns. The guns in my buns. Oh boy. Aha, see? Quick escape. That's helpful. If you're getting hit, it kind of leaps you over. Tetris Red Bull tournament. Oh my goodness. I didn't know there was a Tetris tournament anymore. I knew there was like a long time ago. The Red Bull tournament, that's funny. I can't have energy drinks. They're not good for my heart. They're not good for a lot of people's hearts, actually. But people don't realize it. It's really difficult when you're, you know, I'm like, I have tachycardia, so my doctor's like, so heart disease. And I'm like, it's tachycardia. And then she's like, yes, heart disease. And I'm like, it's genetic though. She's like, okay, so you have genetic heart disease. It's like, okay, I get it, I get it. I don't know why I look at my like tachycardia and whatnot from my family as not heart disease. I don't know why. I guess because I'm just so used to calling it a heart condition. It's a condition, it's not a disease, it's fine.
I'm a better dwarf than yesterday.
Then again, cancer is technically a disease. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if it could like give me more stamina and stuff, I'd consider it, but like my heart doesn't even like just me doing regular stuff sometimes, so.
I just became a better dwarf.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you a weird example, right? I'm fine, so I'm trying to get back into doing more physical stuff slowly that my body will allow. Now with chronic pain, that's not much. If I do more than like 10 minutes of exercise at a time, I'm crying. Like it's like torture. It's literal torture. Like if somebody were like, if Hal broke your ankle or whatever and then forced you to run a marathon, that's pain, right? So I have a lot of pain to deal with. So I'm going slow. So yesterday my big idea was to give myself like a half push-up. So, because I can't balance on my toes, I can't do that because of the cerebral palsy. So I can just like lay flat and then lift my body up, my top half of my body. So I'm like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. So I actually do the half push-up and then I count to 60. And it's a very slow 60. And my heart's fine. I'm fine, everything's going fine. And then all of a sudden, as I lift after like 45 or so, and I'm counting like 1, 2, and I'm holding the top half of my body up with my arms, because my arms are like the strongest part of me, because I'm fat as hell, and I lift myself up with my arms a lot, and blah, blah, blah. So, 45, my heart starts doing something weird, and I'm like, oh, are you increasing speed because we're actually exercising? And then all of a sudden I feel my heart pounding harder. I'm like, okay, this is exercise. And then all of a sudden I feel it stop and then start going really fast. I'm like, you son of a bitch. Like, You couldn't just let me exercise. You had to fucking start galloping around like an idiot. That was such a pain. I hated it so much. I'm like, no, I'm trying to do right by you. I'm trying to give you exercise. We don't want you enlarged. We don't want you having problems when we get older. Like, come on now, bear with me here. Nope. Little motherfucker. I'm like, I do not want to start missing heartbeats while I'm exerting myself. That's a no-no. We need oxygen through this damn body. And blood through this damn body. So let's go. But yeah, it was rough. And I was like, you're such a bastard. Because my heart had been good all day, so I'm like, let's go. Let's just get this done. Oh, I have tachycardia, so sometimes I'll feel my heart and then it'll just stop for a few seconds or whatever. And then it'll speed up like a train. It'll be like, boom, 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 boom. It's like, hello? Help me? It feels like a fish flopping in my chest. I fucking hate it. Like, if I'm being really honest, I fucking hate it. It gets worse when I'm stressed. It gets worse when I'm sick. Like, I can have it where I don't notice it or it's not happening for like months at a time. And then when life starts going to hell, as it likes to do lately, it's all the time. And when your heart is out of whack like that, you breathe heavier. Because when your heart starts taking off, it's like you need more oxygen in your blood because your heart is pumping harder and faster. So here I'm laying down, watching a movie, and I start breathing like I'm running a fucking marathon. I'm like, because my body needs that extra oxygen. And it makes you pee more. You're welcome for that. When your heart is out of whack, it can also make you want to pee more. Like your body is processing faster. And it sucks. The fish flopping part in my chest, I hate the most. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100. I hate that feeling. Like there's a fish flopping around in there. Like, no thank you. And my baby sibling has this. My mom had it. My older brother had it. Like, I don't know if my oldest brother has it. Not like you'd tell me anyway, but yeah. So many of us in our family, we just have it. So I started freaking out when I didn't know what it was, though. You know, and I'm fat, right? So every time there's something wrong with my heart, I'm like, am I fat enough for a heart attack? Like, is that what's going on? So I started going to like the cardiologist and stuff, and they're like, no, this is what's happening. Do you have a family history? And I'm like, well, kind of. And they're like, kind of, who in your family? I'm like, well, my mom, my brother, and and they're like, okay. I'm like, they're like, yeah, that's what you got going on. So that's how I'm on blood pressure meds, because my blood pressure med is off label. I don't have high blood pressure, but I have tachycardia. So you can get you can use blood pressure for off label use. I gotta tell you though, with my heart the way it is, when I went through chemo, oh, my heart was not happy with chemo. Oh, it was not happy. Chemo can damage your heart anyway, for those of you who don't know, because chemo can fuck with your muscles, and your heart is a muscle, obviously. So that's fun. And it was getting so bad that my oncologist was like, we're not doing this to you again. Like, I don't want to give you chemo anymore, even if you need it again. I'm like, if I need it again, we'll figure it out. But he's like, no, we won't. We're not doing it to you. And I'm like, but I hope I don't need it again. Because he said it was getting so bad. Like, my heart was just like so out of whack that it just could not. Yeah, they have the loot goblins in these, by the way. Like, that's a loot snail over there. I don't know where it ran. Oh, it ran over this way. Okay. But yeah, it was really hard with chemo because my heart did not enjoy. It was like, please, please just don't do this to me anymore. And people don't realize that there are like really big lasting effects with chemo on your body, and it was just not a fun time. But I killed the cancer before it killed me, so I can't complain too much, right? And I don't know if my heart took any permanent damage from that, to be honest. But if I wouldn't have done chemo, I wouldn't be alive right now. So, like I said, sometimes you just gotta cross your legs and hope for the best, huh? Oh man, it's wild. But yeah, so I actually talked to the podcast crew about not doing the podcast anymore. I leveled with them and said, hey, I'm not, growing as a streamer. I'm not, getting all these like numbers up or regulars, or, I'm not doing all these like collabs and stuff. And if what we're doing is giving advice based on, yes, being small, but also like the pitfalls or the growing pains or whatever of being a streamer, I don't have that to share. And they're like, well, if you give good advice, so if all you're worried about is the fact that you're not growing or whatever, but it's like, I want to be able to tell people from experience. Like if I weren't a writer and I was just starting to tell all of you about all this writing advice I read some random place, would it mean anything? Not really. Anybody can listen to any Joe Schmo talk shit about writing. You want somebody who's also done it, so. Yeah, sometimes the side effects make your heart just go absolutely bonkers. Especially if you already have heart issues or a family issue, and yeah, no. Was not the happiest girl because of that, but like I said, I had to get chemo. It's not like I could have just forewent it. I've been really lucky with my past cancers because they were like really slow moving. But they're like, the second one was one of the most treatable kinds, but they're also like, and then the bad part is you can't get away with not getting chemo for this one. So I was like, fair. I mean, what else am I gonna say? No. But yeah, it was a lot. So yeah, you always have to be careful, especially if you're not properly diagnosed yet. So like a doctor who needs to give you a medicine but doesn't know about your heart issues, or let's say a lung issue or something, they can give you something based on what they think is going on with you or what you need, but they wouldn't give it to you if they knew you also had, like, let's say a bad liver or something. So it can get tricky if you're not properly diagnosed before you start getting other meds. Plus, sometimes meds just do weird shit to some people, and you don't know until you're there. Like, I think there's like this antibiotic that one of my family members was on, and they were fine, but if they ate chocolate with it, they might have been my oldest brother. If he ate chocolate with it, he had like really bad rashes and was allergic. But if he didn't eat chocolate on the medication, he was fine. Well, who the fuck would know that? Like, if you've never been on a med before, who would know that? You know what I'm saying? It's wild sometimes, the way a body interacts with stuff, or the way stuff interacts with a body. I really want to kill you, but I can't. Nope, he's running away. On the bus.
That's one for the books. Taking you to stage 4, Miner.
But yeah, my heart being like that when I was trying to exercise was not fun. Yeah, I don't know. I still don't know. But yeah, certain interactions interact with each other, certain interactions interact with just certain foods. It is wild. Sometimes you're allergic to certain foods when you're on a med as well. Like, it's not the med just makes you allergic to certain or sensitive to certain food. It's bizarre the way bodies are. Fascinating but bizarre. So you always have to keep track. Like, I'm allergic to penicillin. I'm not allergic to any other psyllin. Like, there's like amoxicillin and a whole bunch of other psyllins in the psyllin family. But penicillin, the original, the granddaddy, nope. I'm absolutely allergic to it. And they found that out when I was a baby. So, it's weird. It's just weird. Although, to be fair, I might not be allergic anymore. As with my allergy to grapes, maybe I outgrew it, but I'm not going to take that risk.
Prepare to fight for your life. The big swarm is approaching.
But they have other families too, like they have the myosin family and whatnot, so. Oh boy. They were like, yeah, you're taking damage. Yeah, I'm surrounded. I'm letting myself get surrounded. I shouldn't, but. Yes, exactly. All of a sudden you can just be allergic. I was not allergic to cats when I was little. I did get an allergy to cats as an adult. But I'm hoping that that's not a too bad of a thing. If we can ever get a cat, though we'll never be able to, but still. I'm hoping for a better outcome there. At least someday. My sister has 3 cats. Maybe I should like spend a lot of time with them someday and like figure out if the cats have any effect on me. Oh, I'm getting surrounded again. Oh, help me, George Foreman. Okay, there we go. Gotcha. Let's see. Fire rate, I guess we'll take. We could have taken the effect, though. I really want some other extra XP. I really need some. Okay, there we go. We'll increase the damage on the turrets. No. Oh, I wish I had a little magnet. Oh, yes, thank you. The magnet, just what I wanted. Okay, that is what I was talking about just now. The magnet gives you at least half the XP on the ground, so I got 4 levels from that shit and then all healed up, so. Alright, here we go. Here's the beacon for the next level up or next item. Okay. Yes, I think we're gonna do that one. But that's only with the pod, and I think we're almost to the end, but we'll take it anyway. Any little bit of healing helps. I'm a heal whore. I can admit that. Let's run. But yeah, I was also trying out like Wu Chang Fallen Feathers because I wanted to see, and that's on Game Pass Ultimate as well. That had smaller text than Ninja Gaiden 4. And I was like, the fuck? Like, Ninja Gaiden 4, they actually had a bigger size that went from, like I said, flea to ant size. This one stayed at flea. It got to the point where Husby looked at me and said, I can barely read that at points. And if Husby can barely read it, I have no hope. Someday, maybe for a April Fool's Day joke, I will find a game with a really like shitty story or whatever, a really bad story in small text, and I will actually make up a story based on what they're showing me in the like cutscenes. Maybe I'll do that. And shit, I don't think this is the final boss yet. No, this is just the one with the roly-poly-oly. Shit. Okay, we got some stuff going on here. Sure, I'll take a little bit of XP or MP. HP, if that's the letter I needed. God damn it. Yes, acid gun. Yes, let's go. Okay, damage, yep. Let's take that. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. I don't want them to cut me out from the bus. In the bus. Yes. Alright, and we got one more increase going out the damn door. Very nice. Let me just zoom in a bit. Okay, increases your armor when weapon is reloading. I don't see a problem with that, actually. Oh, pick the other one. I didn't know I wasn't over that one. Oh well. It's the thought that counts. Let's get some of that upgraded. Alright, we might be on the final, which is where I'm gonna die. Okay. Might be wrong about that, though. Reach 75% reload speed. Does that mean... I don't know what that means. Oh my god, my one gun is like reloading like absolute bananas. My shotgun's just like, nope, this is the fastest gun in the West, motherfucker. That is so nice. I'm trying not to talk too much politics or anything on here anymore, but the Venezuelan situation is, let's say it's pretty wild, and we are not supposed to do what we did. So there's that. I'm not talking about whether the leader was a good person or a bad person. We literally have a signed document between us and other countries that says we can't do that shit unless we're being attacked, like boots on the ground invaded, and then we can do that kind of shit. But until then, we can't. Like, we literally have signed an accord that says we can't do that shit. So, yeah, that's wild. That's something. So no, we shouldn't have been able to do that. And if we're gonna look at every country that has a leader we don't like or a leader that's bad, we're gonna be invading an awful lot of places. And that also leaves, I don't know how to put this in a correct way, but there are other countries that want land that other people are kind of trying to hold in check. And now that we've done what we've done, they can justify taking back or taking land they feel is theirs. Because we've already done the shit that they were gonna do. And the thing I'm thinking of most is Taiwan and China. Because if the US can justify what they did, and then we're justifying it. Fucking wild times. China could also say, well, you know, it's just remnants from like a rebel army or something, and we can just take them back. So, yeah, it's going to be rather interesting what happens and what comes of this and all that stuff, and hate it. Fucking, I'm just so flabbergasted and shocked and shouldn't be surprised about anything, but I still am, because it's just the way things are now. Every day there's something new and I'm invited to this kind of hell. And yeah, so fun. And that's all I really have to say about that one. Oh boy. I'm trying not to keep in touch too much with what's happening in the outside world because, yeah, it's a lot. Plus, there was something that was in the news on Twitter, and it was about this person who was walking away from a company that was, essentially it was DoorDash, but they didn't name the company. Yeah, exactly. And there are so many of them that are actually like acting like, oh, you know, our intel is so good, everything is so good, and I'm just like, we're not supposed to be doing this. Like, we can extradite people, yeah, But we're not supposed to be doing this. We're not supposed to. I don't even know how to describe how many layers of fucked up it is that we did this. Like, I cannot even begin to describe. And they went into this. Now, I've heard, now I cannot confirm or deny. So take this with a grain of salt. Since we're walking down this highway anyway, because I already steered us here. It's not anybody's fault but mine. But I heard that it might have been in Project 2025 to do this. And one of the reasons they wanted to do this, of course, is because this particular country has oil. Like I said, I'm not saying whether or not the president or leader, whatever, was a good guy of the country, bad guy. That is really not the argument I'm having here. Because like I said, eventually who gets to determine who is a good and bad leader? Like, can, let's say, Canada come and free us from Trump because they're like, oh, he's a bad leader? Can they do that? If we could do what we did, like, can they do that? Like, is that something that is just, is the door open for that? I know it would start a war with us, obviously. But, like, we can't ring that bell. Like, what happens if China's like, you know, America really needs something new. And, like, we think their president is doing bad things. Not that they're going to talk about their own president or whatever, but we think America is doing bad things. And we could help them do better. So we should just come on over. Like, where does that end? Where does that road lead us? It's a wild road if you think about it. But yeah, there were like, I don't remember which news channel it was on, but they were basically glazing Trump for like all the different like stuff they did in order to get this going. And it's like, you know that we did this like illegally, right? Like, I don't know how to describe it other than illegally, but there is an accord here for a reason. So yeah, but they're like, oh, he's so good and he's so smart, this was so, and I'm like, well, he's something. Like, it's wild. And like I said, who gets to decide who stays and who goes? How many other countries? And we know this was done for the oil. Like, you can't tell me it wasn't. The minute they got it, they were talking about the oil. Like, you can't tell me that. And how can we properly talk about leadership or whatnot when our own leader won't even stick to our agreements with everybody else in the world? Like, how can our leader be like, oh, this is what's happening or this is not what's happening because reasons? Like, if we're not gonna be above reproach, how can we actually talk about anybody else? We just can't. That would be like if I was cheating on my husband and I was telling every other woman out there, you better be faithful, you better not be a whore, you better not be stepping outside your marriage, it's not godly, it's not right, you're just gonna be some forgettable slut and you're gonna be used up. But I'm the one cheating. I'm cheating with like 5 guys behind the scenes. Like, how can I tell other people, hey, keep it in your pants, when my pants are thoroughly unzipped? It's wild. It's upsetting. I looked at husband and I said, well, we might be in World War III now. I don't think so because reasons, but yeah, we've definitely changed the game. Yeah, this is all my equipment. I think I can sell it, but we have definitely changed the game for the future. And I don't know how that game is going to look. And I'm not fond of it at all. It's wild. We're gonna try another one for now, so you can see a different biome at least. The biomes just might get harder as you go along. It might be the same like 5 over and over. but I really do like it, so.
This is it. Either the dreadnought goes or we
Yeah, this looks like a harder version of the one I was already in.
in there. Make it count.
I can waste hours with this game just like going through it and shit. I don't remember this one being this dark, but I could be wrong.
Life better.
It might have been before. Yeah, I thought you'd like to see at least one more level. You saw the first one and then the fire one. I can't really get through the rectangles as easily. They hurt, so I have to be careful. These are the kind of bugs you can smack to get extra resources. So yeah, there was this thing about DoorDash, at least it seems about DoorDash, and it was about this whistleblower who was on a computer at a library or whatever and talked about like all the ways they fuck you over and fuck over their like DoorDashers and stuff like that, though they didn't name the company. It seemed like it was pointing that way, and everybody was sharing it and talking about it, and I even told Husby about it, and people came out and said it's AI. Like, I'm not saying it is or isn't really, but they're like, there have been like matches and it said this was 100% written by AI and stuff like that. Now, could companies be saying it is so that the person isn't trusted? Sure. But also, could it have also been AI and somebody just put it up? Sure. And that's one of the things I love so much about fucking the proliferation of AI. You can't trust things anymore. You saw someone commit a crime? Did you? Someone put out a porno? Did they? Like, everything is bananas. You can't trust your eyes and ears anymore. You can't even trust a simple statement anymore. So, it gets honestly very wild very fast. So could that whole thing about, like, DoorDash, like, fucking over their dashers and stuff be fake? Yeah, sure could. But is it plausible? Because of, you know, corporate greed and stuff? Also, yes. And the fact that DoorDash has been sued before for having, let's say, not so good practices as a company. Also, yes. So, yeah. So now I'm never sure, like, what I'm telling you is the truth, because just because I saw a video doesn't mean it's real or not. You know, so I always have to be careful on that one. Telling you all what I've seen and stuff like that, because I was going to talk about the DoorDash thing. Well, they didn't name the company. Again, I must admit they did not name the company, but they said was sued, and that was not, like, Grubhub. So, anyway. I don't know. So I'm like, I've heard on Twitter, I'm going to have to start prefacing everything now. Gotta hate AI. Gotta fucking hate AI. It's taking away creative jobs. The new generation coming up now, a lot of them are having trouble even like putting sentences together because AI has written their papers for them. The water usage, the fact that they're putting like all the different like sucking mainframes into like fucking poor communities or communities with like minorities. I've talked a lot about this, but fuck AI. So yeah, I never know. Like, there was another video that I didn't think was AI, and I still don't think it is. Though if anybody knows, you can tell me. And it was the one where, like, I think in Switzerland or something, this club started on fire. And when the club started on fire, people just started filming it. Like, the DJ did not stop the music, and the club went up in flames. It started in the, like, raced up to the ceiling. People were, like, catching it on film. So many people were filming it. Like, you would see other people filming other people that were filming. And since the DJ didn't stop the fucking music, I'm sure that's part of the reason people thought it was, like, of an effect or not a big deal. But it's like, I'm not gonna make it. I flew too close to the sun. Fuck I was right there. I'm dead now.
Out of time, miner.
We'll start that one over again.
You can't expect me to both
Told you it would leave without me. I told you. I'll do one more run. Win, lose, or draw, we'll get out of here after that. So, but yeah, the thing where everybody was recording the fire, the last I heard, now, like I said, I've only heard estimates, I've only heard things, doesn't mean they actually are true. But yeah, this is a digger that can dig faster. This is the guy that has a lot of tech. And this is the scout guy, but I like this guy the best.
I make this minigun purr.
Yeah, that's exactly it with the DoorDash thing. They've already been sued for like mistreatment or doing shady shit or stuff like that, so it's plausible. But yet people said that it was like 100% chance written by AI, which, you know, then I'm like, okay then. So I don't know what to do with that. But then that's AI weighing in on AI, so that's also a wild concept if you think about it. But then again, I guess who better to find out if something is AI than AI? I don't know. And I found out today, or yesterday to be more precise, that there is a literary magazine written by AI. All by AI. It's written by AI, curated by AI. It's like we don't want humans involved in hardly any of this process. So the AI will actually pick the AI stories and poems it wants. And I'm just like thinking of all that used up water. Thinking about all the fuckery and the bullshit that we're dealing with now. Now that we have a literary, and somebody made a good point. They're like, well, if they want AI editors and AI readers or AI like writers, they're gonna get AI readers. The only people they should get is AI readers. And I agree with that. If they're making something about AI with the help of AI, it should be just for AI. And until AI gets sentient, they shouldn't have any readers. Maybe the AI will start like doing AI stuff with the AI. Like the AI will start teaching the AI. That's what I always thought would be weird about LLMs or whatever, is that eventually the AI could start like training AI on itself. And since it likes to like have delusions and hallucinate, we might end up with some like really weird shit down the pipeline. But that's not for a very long time because humans are still stealing from other humans to feed the machine. So yeah, I thought that was so bizarre that people came up with the concept of an AI magazine for AI concepts and stuff. And it's like they don't want people even like really editing the work the AI spits out. And it's like, so you're just gonna have like derivative work that it's wild. It's wild. But yeah, going back to the people at the club where like 40 of them or so died. Like they didn't leave. They were just in on. I don't know if they thought it was an effect because they were on substances or, but I was so shocked to see they were filming it instead of leaving. And I'm sorry, but if I saw that, I don't care if it was like a hologram or an illusion, I'd be out the door. Absolutely out the door. But somebody said maybe the like DJ was loud enough where they couldn't hear the fire crackling. And I was just like, I don't know, but that's wild. And then somebody in the comments, and I don't know how true this is, so again, take it with a grain of salt, said that during 9/11, you know, that horrible tragedy that some of you weren't even alive for, that people were told there was a fire alarm going off and people were told just to stay at their desks. Why play video games? Okay, if we're gonna go down this road, why play video games? And I'm gonna put a pin in that. I'm gonna finish my first thought first. So if that is true, where people were told like the day of the tragedy, just to sit at their desk even though the fire alarm was going. I don't do that. Like, honestly, we had fire alarms that would go off in where we live or around where we live, and like husband and I were always poised to evacuate. Like, we're like, just in case this is not a drill, just in case this is not like old wiring and setting it off for low battery or whatever, like, we would get ready to leave every time. None of it was an actual emergency, but I can't imagine hearing an alarm and then somebody saying, oh, it's just whatever, just stay here. I'm like, I don't think so. Like, unless we were told ahead of time by like the fire department or something that there's gonna be a test or whatever at such and such a date, I'd leave. In school, even though they told you we were having a fire drill when the fire alarm started, like, okay, get out, we're having a fire drill, they still tell you to get the fuck out. So maybe my old ass, just because I grew up with that kind of stuff, it's just like, even if it's a falsie, you get the hell out. If you see fire and it could just be like a really elaborate like hologram or something, get the fuck out. You can always go back inside, resume partying, grab yourself a new drink, because remember, no leaving your drinks unattended and then drinking out of them. But you could always just go back inside and have fun. Versus if it's an actual real emergency, it's not that easy to just, you know, stay inside and wait the potential consequences out. I'm not a fan of that. I would much rather get the fuck out and then go back in. But as far as like AI playing the game for you, you know, why even play? And somebody could say, well, you do that with your husband. And I know somebody would actually say that to me. That since husband helps me through some difficult games on stream, like, it's like having an AI, but it's not. One, I'm getting help from an actual person. Two, if I didn't have that person and I wanted to go further on stream, I would either keep going or I would swap games. Three, it wasn't there like a helper mode at one point where like one of your friends on your friend list could help you through a difficult spot in a game or some shit? I think I remember that also being like a thing somewhere. I could be wrong, but I thought at least one of the consoles introduced like the ability for like one of your friends to like baby walk you through a game if you couldn't do it yourself. I might be wrong, but I don't think so. And I'm just like, hey, if we're gonna baby walk, it's fine, you know. I can have that happen, but I'd rather just switch games if I get too stumped or whatever. Or, you know, put up with not making progress. The thing about me is, even though I suck at video games, unless I'm on stream where I feel bad about not making progress for all of you, I'm usually a very patient gamer. Not including stream where it's frustrating where I don't make progress because I don't want to put you all through the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. But I like being able to feel out the edges of a game, and if I can't win, then I'll just move on. Why not just have the game have a built-in feature itself that just is like, okay, difficult level, do you want to skip this? Yes, no. Right? Why can't we just do that? If we are going to get to the point where we can do essentially an AI will play the game for you, why can't devs just be like, are you a pussy? Are you not able to get through this? Are your hands tired? Do you want to just skip the level? Yes, no, maybe. And I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably use it once in a while. Are you a pussy? Yes. Can you make it yourself? No. Do you want to skip this level? Sure. But the thing is, a lot of games, they amp up in difficulty, so if you hit a fucking wall on level 4, level 5 is probably not going to be your promised land, but... yeah, The effects of it were,
Go for this one. Just
the fire was very obviously a fire. It was racing along the ceiling. It looked like the sprinklers had even tried to turn on, because I saw like something like falling from the ceiling that looked like water. It might not have been, but if the sprinklers are on, it's definitely not a cool effect. Like, nope. I don't know if like they should have had like an alarm go off and it did not go off. I don't know. But the minute I'm seeing that shit, I'm out. And I'm telling everybody next to me, fire, you get the fuck out. You're not in America, you're not allowed to scream the word fire in a building unless the building is literally on fire. Now is the time. My lungs are prepped. I'm screaming like someone's murdering me. Because people are going to die otherwise. And you know what? If I'm an idiot and it's a really elaborate, beautiful, like, fire effect that's not real fire, one, shame on those people for not fucking telling people that it's there. And two, I'm not the idiot.
Swarm's heading your way. Load up.
You know? I don't want to say anybody caught in a tragedy is an idiot, but what I'm saying is, I would rather look like a fool. Because I told everybody to leave when they didn't need to. I would rather look like a fool standing outside in my pretty sparkly party dress, getting everybody upset and worked up over nothing, than I would be to have somebody like a fire start and people just stay there. I would rather look like a buffoon. I would rather look like an idiot that's a fuddy-duddy that doesn't understand that it was just this very good like technique or whatever that was meant to be like beautiful and like stupendous, and they can restart if it's an effect, they can restart it when we get our asses back down there. I'll probably end up with a stupid nickname like Smokey for the rest of my fucking life. I don't care. Damn it.
my vengeance next time.
Oh my goodness, but the super guide was not the same thing though. And like I said, there are people who have like the ability, there are people who can call up a friend and like play remotely and get them through a hard spot. Like, no, because I'm still stuck on what is the point of actually playing the damn game then? And you can always ask a friend, an older brother, somebody. You could like work on it yourself in your off hours, whatever. I just pick different games if I can't win. And you know me, I can't win a lot. Like, how many times have you seen me not win at a game? Like, a lot. But I either continue or I swap. That's the end of it. There are so many games out there. Why? Otherwise, you could just watch all the cutscenes on fucking YouTube or something. Or watch somebody else play it on Twitch if you don't care to do it yourself. Just watch someone else play. It's fine. I never want to play Water Park Simulator. So when husband streamed it that day, I watched him play it that day. Because it wasn't something I wanted to do. So, alright everyone. That concludes my coverage of this. I will not be going back to it. I just really like it. And I just wanted you all to see it. So on, let's see, Friday, I'm coming back with a variety of games. Maybe Winter Burrow, maybe like the slot machine game. I want to call it Cloverfield, Clover Pit. I have a couple of other like 360 games that are exclusive to Ultimate, like Hungry Shark something or other, where you can like eat humans and stuff like that. It's kind of like Feeding Frenzy. Yeah, I just have stuff ready. I have Wheel of Fortune on deck, so every half hour, so I'll play some new games on Friday, and we'll see how it goes, okay? All right, everyone. I appreciate you being here. Stay safe, stay warm, treat yourself kindly. Stay away from the news if it becomes too much for you. If you need to talk, I'm around. And know that, you know, you give something to the world that no one else does. And people care about you. So, all right, everyone. I will see you later. Bye.